For nearly a century, the FIFA World Cup has functioned as an exclusive club. Out of 200 nations, only 8 have lifted this trophy. This history creates a persistent assumption. Fans expect the next champion to emerge from the same legacy powers that have always dominated the game. But the structural advantages that once protected football's elite are showing deep fractures. The era of a permanent monopoly is beginning to fade. The gap in talent and organization that used to separate the Elite Eight from the rest of the world has narrowed. The defining question of the modern tournament is moving away from whether an outsider can win and toward identifying the specific attributes required to navigate the game today. Historical dominance is losing its edge as international football shifts away from tradition and toward meticulous global preparation. Sports science and advanced data analytics have become global commodities. Young players in emerging nations now have access to the same physiological monitoring and technical development tools that were once exclusive to European giants. Tactical intelligence has followed a very similar path. Complex pressing systems and defensive structures are no longer secrets held by a few nations. They are now standard curricula across the globe. As the global baseline for organization rises, the traditional favorites are finding themselves more exposed than in previous decades. Looking at the field for 2026, the established powers carry visible burdens. Argentina must manage an aging core, Brazil is still defining its tactical direction, and England faces the weight of a 70-year trophy drought. For these nations, a storied legacy often creates a level of media and fan pressure that becomes a psychological weight during high-stakes matches. These shifts in talent and psychology are meeting a change in the tournament's architecture, the expansion to 48 teams. The new format increases the volume of knockout rounds, creating higher physical fatigue and chaotic results that often eliminate favorites. Relying on a handful of superstars is increasingly difficult. The risk of injury and exhaustion grows as required matches increase. Success in this environment relies on a specific combination of assets: elite defensive structure, a world-class goalkeeper, midfield control, squad depth, and emotional stability. Because coaching and sports science have leveled the playing field, many emerging nations now possess these exact attributes. The modern World Cup increasingly rewards pragmatic depth and efficiency, favoring teams that maintain their structure over those relying on individual moments of brilliance. The Netherlands represents the most visible example of this changing global landscape. Historically, the Dutch were known for an aesthetic, superstar-driven style that famously fell short in 3 different finals. Their current approach has shifted. They have prioritized defensive discipline and tactical rotation over the expansive, entertaining style of the past. They also hold an advantage that the traditional giants lack. They are not currently burdened by the same level of global expectation. This lower external pressure contributes to the emotional stability required to navigate a 48-team bracket, where one mistake can end a tournament. History suggests that first-time champions often develop quietly, away from the headlines, while the established powers are occupied with their own internal pressures. A new champion in 2026 would signal a shift in the global football hierarchy that has been building for years, showing that the path to the trophy is no longer reserved for a select few.